Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today's video is going to be kind of different, and I do want to make it known that I am probably going to do more videos like this. First off, I want to say that the Kanto playthrough is on pause at the moment. I don't know how many people are super into that kind of video, so I'm not gonna try to like force it on anybody. You know, if anybody's not into it, then you know, it is what it is. So again, I'm not going to force it. This video is going to be pretty chill, and I'm going to try to do kind of just chill kinds of videos from here on out. Not from here on out. Of course, there'll be like some videos where there'll be a little more, tutorial based or engagement based, something like that. But I do want to make basically just chill, like come here once a week, or maybe twice a week or something like that. Just hang out, you know, just kind of listen to someone play the game, kind of like experience the journey with me as I talk about, you know, some real life things. I want to talk about some like actual interests of mine as a person. I don't want you to think of me as just like, oh, this guy who plays Pokemon and that's it, you know, like I'm an actual person. I have like other things that I am interested in and that I like to do. At the current moment, I'm going for an alpha in Johto. I don't know which one it is. It actually just spawned, so you guys are going to be able to join me through this. But I have a few things I want to talk about. First off, the title, as you can tell, is something that I need to have so that people will click. You know, people won't just come by for no reason. These are new trainers. Oh no, my spin isn't going to suffer here. First thing I want to talk about is the Beldum hunt. All right, this is the most expensive shiny hunt that I'm probably going to do. It's really hard to say how much I've done it, or just how many eggs I've done. You know, at this point, I'm not gonna try to ballpark you a number or anything like that. There's really no point because I could be completely way off, and I probably would be. If honestly, like, if you guys wanted an estimate at the moment, I would probably say between like 3,000 to 3,500 eggs, which probably isn't a lot, but then again, I could be completely wrong. I've been doing this for months and months. I've taken breaks in between playing the game, and so it's really hard to say. But I would say that whatever egg hunt you're probably going to end up doing, oh, it looks like it's a fortress, cool. Whatever egg hunt you're going to end up doing is going to cost you, and is going to be probably the most expensive hunt, right? You have to buy dittos, you have to do all this kind of stuff. I'll do a calculation later on in the video, but at the moment, I just want to kind of hang and chill. I'll leave like timestamps in the description for, you know, if you want to skip to just that part. I did want to, you know, preface by saying that part because a lot of you guys are going to click on this and be like, what the heck, why is he going for a Johto alpha right now? You know, why is he just hanging out instead of like teaching me about stuff? I want to, like, yes, I want to teach you guys and stuff like that, but at the same time, I don't want to be just that guy who just makes tutorials and, you know nothing about, you have no like idea like what my favorite Pokemon is or why I'm going for certain Pokemon. You know, like, I feel like that's important for a YouTube channel, at least for me. You know, I think it's important to me that you guys know me to a degree. You know, I don't think you have to know my entire life or anything, but I would like you guys to kind of, you know, feel like you can relate to the YouTuber versus just like, oh, he's just this machine that spits out info for me and then I just dip, you know, and that's cool too, but I would like more interaction. So, let me know in the comments section what kind of feedback you guys like, you know, or what kind of like feedback you guys would prefer in terms of videos. You know, let me know the feedback that you guys would like. But yeah, while I'm catching this, I do want to say, this is kind of like a mini tutorial. You just kind of follow what I'm doing. What was I saying? I do want to say, like, it is cool the amount of support that I've gotten recently. You know, we are past 3,700 subscribers, and even though I upload way less than before, I think the style of video or the type of video is much more impactful for people. I guess we'll put it that way. And so people kind of watch longer and people subscribe more and it gets more out there. So I do like that, and it's also just easier on my end to upload less than to upload more. So I do like that, and I like the trajectory of the way the channel is going. I like the way the channel is moving, and I think this channel has a bright future. That being said, I would like to gravitate towards 2 videos a week. You know, I would like to try to do 2 videos. Again, it'll be hard. I can't do it every week. I'm not going to promise it. It's just something that I want to go for. Minimum is going to be 1 video a week. You know, there's no way I can miss it. You know, I almost missed one last week. If you missed it, I talked about the alpha starters. I talked about like not alpha, sorry, I talked about the starter Pokemon locations in every single region. So I thought that video was fun. It was like a necessary kind of video to make, you know, with a lot of people just being new to the game. I think this channel brings in a lot of like new PokeMMO players, and so I'm really, you know, grateful for that. I'm really appreciative of that. It's cool that happens. I like that, and I think to be a part of that is very humbling to me. You know, if I can convince people to play this game or to love this game more, or to learn about this game even, you know, that's very humbling for me, and I thank you guys for the support for that. That being said, today when you guys are watching this is what, Wednesday? A couple days ago, for those of you who are into sports, the NBA finals just wrapped up, and I want to give my 2 cents on it. You know, I don't really have many platforms where I can just like kind of talk and people will listen. If you don't care about the NBA playoffs, I just go ahead and skip to the next part, I guess. But if you're just kind of chilling, just playing Pokemon and just wanting to listen, you know, feel free to. If you didn't know, it was the Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics. I was rooting against the Boston Celtics. I am not like a Celtics hater. I just think their path was kind of easy. For those of you who don't know, all they had to do was beat a lot of people, a lot of teams where their star player was injured or just not available to play. I think that's not fun, right? Like, it's not fun beating someone. It's like if you played this game and instead of everyone getting a shiny at like 1 out of every 30,000 encounters, you got it at every like 3,000. And then you flex like, oh, hey, I've got like 50 more shinies than the next person. Would people really be impressed, right? Like, as impressed. Like, yay, cool, you got more shinies, but it's also incredibly easy for you, right? Like, what's there to hype about? What is there to be like all like impressed about if it's so much easier for you? And that's kind of how I felt about the Celtics path. Again, it's not their fault, you know. If the game, for instance, if this game default gives you like a glitch where, you know, you get shinies at a much faster rate, you know, I'm not gonna blame the person like, oh, hey, don't play the game or something like that, or don't flex. But you know, that's how the cards was dealt for them, and that's how the card was dealt for the Boston Celtics. You know, congrats to them. If you're a Celtics fan, congrats to you. It's been a while since you guys were able to win one, so, you know, congrats there. Good job, guys. I just wished that the Mavericks won, or honestly, I wish the Lakers won. You know, to be honest with you guys, I am a Lakers fan, but I think the Celtics didn't quite deserve it. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. Next thing I want to do in this video as I transition off, and maybe you guys, you know, who left are kind of coming back now. The next thing I want to do is sell off some Pokemon. This can be fun, or it might not be fun at all. It might be extremely boring. But basically, what I need to do here is make some room. As you can tell here, going back to the Beldum hunt, I am going for Beldum. As you can tell, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of Beldum and 1 box of other stuff. And the reason why I have other stuff is because it would be cool to get something completely random out of nowhere. So the first thing I want to do is buy some breeders for these Tricos and Charmanders, because the last time I bred them, I got 6, is it 6? Yeah, 6 females. And so, you know, if you don't know about breeding, female determines the species. So I don't need to waste dittos on this. I can just buy in the egg group. So monster and dragon. So what I'll do is just buy male, and then first I'll search monster, and we're getting 2K. All right. And then the next thing I'll search is dragon, and it's 1500. Cool. So we're just going to buy a couple of Magikarps. So we're going to buy 2 Magikarps. I'm pretty sure that Charmander is also, if I just check the Pokédex real quick, I'm pretty sure Charmander is also Monster Dragon. So I'm just going to buy a couple more Magikarps. I'm going to buy, I think, 4 more, right? 3, 4. And I don't really care about IVs. I'm just using them for breeding purposes. So that's cool. That was actually a lot simpler than I thought. The next thing I want to do is sell off a couple of Pokemon here just to make some extra money. My cash stack is dwindling very fast. First off, I want to sell some Altarias because there was a swarm recently and I got to go ahead and do that. So stick with me here as I sell off into the flying and dragon, I think it was. Was it flying and dragon? Yeah, I believe it was. So male, 31 defense, and it's going to be flying. Let's start off with flying. First off is wow, really cheap. Okay, and then dragon. Can't believe things are this cheap right now. I have not looked at the breeder's market in a while. Okay, it looks like Magikarp. Looks like someone's farming Magikarp. Are these all the same person? Let's see. Took both pills. RNGX left. Not really. But anyway, let's just make 100% sure that this Altaria is in the correct egg group. I promise, guys, we'll get to something more fun in a minute. Flying and dragon, male, defense is 31. Let's take a look at the nature. Bold nature, that might matter. Let's take a look. Bold, not really, 4,800. Okay, we'll take off the bold and we'll just sell it for $45.99. So I believe it was this one. Yes, so this, it's an extra about 4,600. Not much there, but it's from a swarm, you know, it's pretty good. And then we also got a male speed, 31, going for 5k, and monster, or sorry, flying going for 4k. All right, yeah, so we're gonna sell it for about 5k, and just make a quick 10k right there. Next up, I've got 3 more Pokemon here that I might as well sell, you know, while we're here. Let's go ahead and flip to alpha. So we got 2 males. So first off, I'm going to start with the male. Fortress probably isn't super desired if I'm not mistaken. Let's just take a look. Let's just try Fortress. Let's see. Yeah, so the cheapest ones are 24k. Nothing crazy there. Let's go male. Let's go bug. I'm pretty sure Fortress is a bug. Yes. Okay, cool. Bug, again, we're on alpha. And then we got 31 attack and 31 special defense. So it's not looking amazing. Yes. What about the nature? It is bashful. This is not really going to be great. I'll sell this for about 28k, 29k. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be worth much, but you know what? It's a fortress. Maybe someone will need it for something. All right. Next up, we got a Gabite, which is pretty neat here, actually. I believe this is dragon and probably monster. Let's take a look. Yep, monster dragon. Cool. Let's see. So pretty good stats. We got 31 HP, 31 attack, but also 30 special defense. Let's sort by that. So it looks like a Shelgon is going for about 63k. That's pretty comparable. It's pretty cheap too. I'll sell it for about the same. I'll sell it for about 62,999. Honestly, the rest of the stats are pretty good. I think this will instant sell. A Gabite is also pretty wanted, so I'm pretty sure this will instant sell. We'll take a look. Let's see. Crobat is next. This is the last Pokemon, and this is a female, so let's take a look. We'll sort by gender. Wow, Crobats are really cheap right now, huh? Crobat, 31 defense, 31 special defense. Interesting. Very defensive Crobat. Looks like people don't really want it. It's probably going to be about 20k. Mild nature. Yeah. Really not much you can do with this. I'll sell it for pretty cheap, 22,999. It's a cool Pokemon, but again, alphas really aren't worth much. Go ahead and claim some stuff. All right, cool. We got a lot of that housekeeping stuff done. Let's take a look at the shiny hunt in itself. What are your odds of getting a Beldum, right? So at my current moment, let's take a look at, let's bring up the calculator. Do I have a calculator out here? Cool, I do. All right. So assuming we have 12 boxes, right? So 12 boxes, let's do some mental math here. So 12 times, I get 30 Beldums a box, right? So I get 30 eggs. So I'm really getting 360. Is that right? I get 30 eggs a box, and I've got 12 boxes. You got to keep in mind that this box is not going to be Beldums. So 360 times the amount of times I do this. So every time is that about right? Yeah, because, yeah. So 360 times the amount of times I've done this. I've done it at least 10 times. So I'm at 3,600 eggs at the minimum. I'm probably more than that. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably more than that. I'm going to say 3,600. I'm at 3,600. Now, let's assume the dittos, right? So let's assume a base price of about 220, I would say 230k. All right, so 230,000 a ditto box times, now this is the math for just one round, one egg hatching round, right? An hour of a shiny charm. So 230k times, let's take a look. I'm losing my mind here a little bit. Okay, sorry. Where's my calculator? Okay, 230k a box, and that fills 2. So I need 6 boxes, right? Because 6 times 2 is 12. So it's this times 6. So let's do that. So it's 1.38 million every time I want to do this. All right. And then you got to counter in the Pokeballs too. So if we're doing Pokeballs too, that's 200 times 360. So let me open another calculator just so I don't lose this one. So 200 times 360 is another 72,000 just on the Pokeballs. Okay, then you got to factor in the shiny charm. So if we pull up the item here, I want the shiny charm is going for about 235k. I'll add another 235k every time I want to do this. 1.687 mil, and then I would say donator status, I would put that at about, because I'm assuming you're doing this like at least 2 or 3 times, maybe 3 to 4 times the rounds of egg hatching, as long as you're on a donator status, I'm going to split it. I'm not going to just add like whatever the cost is, like 4 million. What is the cost actually? I'm kind of curious. Let's see. Let's go look. Donator status. Donator status. Let's assume you're doing a 30-day ticket, so 3.3 million. Wow, that's actually kind of cheap. Is that kind of cheap? Okay, so 3.3 million. We'll assume it's per day, so 3 million, right? Over 30 days, gets you about 110k a day. We'll just add 110k. I think it's probably going to be technically more than that, but we'll just assume that. So you're looking at about $1.8 million or Pokeyen every single time you want to do 1 round of egg hatching or egg batching, egg hatch batching, whatever you want to call it. You're looking at about 1.8 million every single time you want to do this, which is kind of nuts, dude. It's actually kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. I think that's really cool though. Now, so let's see. So you're getting 360. There's so much math. There's so much things to keep track of here. Okay, so you're doing 360 eggs per batch. I'm assuming, let's do 400 because technically you should be doing between 4 to 400 or 400 to 420. But I'm using the last box for other things, which is kind of dumb. Honestly, I shouldn't do that, but excuse me, it is what it is. I'm okay with any of those shinies too. You know, Charmander, Trico, I'm okay with any of those. 400 times, let's see, it's going to take on average probably about like 1 out of 27,000. So 400. So let's just assume you get an egg, a shiny out of 27,000 encounters. So if you divide that by 400, it means you're doing 67.5. You're doing this 67 times. So you're going to do 67.5 times your 1.8 million. It's going to cost you 121,500. Let me copy paste this onto the calculator that you can see. This is how much Pokeyen you need to spend on average if you want it, assuming you get one at 27,000 encounters. That's assuming you're shiny charming, you're donator statusing, you're doing everything like that. You have to run this egg batch thing 67.5 times. Again, I'm probably around 10, maybe 12 times I've done it in the past like months and months. It costs a lot of money. If you want a shiny like this, it's going to cost you, or you can get very lucky, I guess. But on average, it's going to cost you. Let's just take a look. Let's see if there's any shiny Beldums out there. I'm very curious. Probably not, right? Yeah, Beldum, Metagross. There are shiny Metagrosses out there. Wow, crazy. This is the goal, guys. This is what I want. $91 million. Did this guy catch it in the wild? Oh, he hatched it. He hatched it, and then he sold it. Very interesting. But I couldn't imagine selling, honestly, guys. Like, if you had like an unknown OT or something like that, maybe. But hatching a shiny Beldum, you know, there's so much time and effort and care into it. Just to turn around and sell it, I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't let go of a baby like that. It would literally be my baby. And yeah, that's that. You know, these 93 millions, technically, you're getting a deal, right? Because if you wanted your own, it would cost you at least this much, unless you get like extremely lucky. So any like you know, Charmander, like Charizard, or anything like that, yeah, you can see like some of them are costing like crazy amounts of money. Let's see if there's Charmander or anything like that. Charmander's out here. Yeah, if there was this hatched? Yeah, this was hatched in Pallet Town. It's pretty cool. Sorry. Yeah, anything you see around this is why it's priced this much, and then it's a little less. Usually people charge a little less, mainly because it's not your OT, so you don't care about it as much. You're paying this much more to get your name on that OT, on that like Pokemon like summary page, right? You want to see that OT be yours. So hopefully that clears things up. That's why this is the most expensive shiny hunt that I and you will probably ever do. Of course, there's like some exceptions. There's like Shedinja and stuff like that, that maybe like a legendary. There's some that are like, yeah, if you do the math, they're probably going to be a little more. But in general, in PokeMMO, this is probably going to be the biggest expenditure that you're going to do. This is probably going to be the most money you're going to drain out of your Pokémon bank account ever. And so people who have multiple shiny eggs, like egg shinies, they're next level, right? Imagine someone having like an Eevee, right? A shiny Eevee, which is crazy. Imagine someone has a shiny Eevee, which honestly isn't that much. 63 million? Wait, why is it so little? Was this was hatched too? Oh, this was hatched recently. Hold on. Oh, 3.6. Never mind. Not super recently, but yeah, imagine having someone having like a shiny Eevee. Is Totodile out here? Is Feraligatr out here? There is a shiny Feraligatr. Wow, this is actually something that's really cool. I also would really love a Sceptile. Shiny Sceptile's out here, 54 million. I think you can get this in the wild, yeah. But still, man, that's crazy. I really want a shiny Sceptile. I really want, you know, a shiny Charizard, Charmander. Like, there's so many shinies out there that I would really love and just love to get my hands on. Yeah, just imagine your screen just full of like super rare OT shinies, Doug Trio, Electabuzz, Electrode, right? There's so many things out there. Just imagine your screen just like full of shinies. That's the goal, man. That's why I play PokeMMO. I want my screen to look like this with my OT for as many of them as possible. And that's just how I have fun playing the game. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I got bored of this game. I finished the storylines. I did the gym runs, blah, blah, blah. This is how you have fun, dude. The game is never over. Do you have all these egg shinies? Do you have more than these? Do you have 100% IVs for all these shinies, right? Do you have like fully maxed out? The game is never over. There's always more money to grind. There's always another shiny to go for. And that's why this game is fun to me. And yeah, I think that's why I continue to play this game. Yes, it's draining. Yes, it takes forever. Yes, it's expensive time-wise and money-wise if you wanted to pay for things. But I'm telling you guys, it's rewarding. You know, if you finally, the grind is more worth it than the shiny itself. That's what I'll say. When I finally get this shiny Beldum, it will be worth it. Not for how it looks or what it means or anything like that, but it's a representation of all that hard work that I put in on egg breeding, on you know, flipping, on sniping, on catching alphas, just doing anything to make any extra money so that it can go into buying Ditto boxes or catching Dittos myself, which I still need to do here. I need to buy like, you know, 14 more or catch 14 more, which I probably am going to do in the meantime here. But I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I think that I'm probably going to wrap up the video here. I'm going to head on over to the Ditto spot, but this was fun. Let me know if you guys thought that this video was fun, if you guys enjoyed this kind of laid back style video where I kind of just talked to you about kind of a broad topic, and then we kind of just dive into some certain stuff from there. But let me know what you guys think about this, and if you guys want to see anything specific or in particular, let me know some video comments in the comment section down below. If you're a basketball fan, let me know how you feel about the NBA Finals. And yeah, with all that being said, I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys probably next week or so. I don't know if I'll have time to make another video sooner. If I do, I'll see you earlier, but if not, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks again so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and maybe next time I'll shiny hunt or do something else that's a little more interesting or exciting. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, and peace.